Take 55 has just turned 1. A year ago, I uploaded the first proper video to the channel, an essay about Phantom Lady, a rather bizarre film noir from 1944. So I thought this was probably a good moment to look back briefly at the first year and talk a little bit about where the channel is going from here. Now, this isn't going to be some elaborate anniversary retrospective though. I just thought I should switch on the camera and spend a few minutes looking back at the past 12 months. So when I started Take 55, I really didn't know whether anyone was going to watch it. The idea was simply to make short essays about films I wanted to talk about, particularly older films that I felt were interesting enough to deserve more than just a conventional review. In that time, the channel has accumulated over 52,000 views and nearly 370 subscribers. So obviously in YouTube terms, those aren't enormous numbers, but when I think about what the channel actually is, just me sitting in front of my old iPhone talking about films made from the 1930s to the 1960s, I'm actually pretty pleased that many people have found out about it. And some of the videos have traveled much further than I ever expected. The Chase, a reasonably obscure 1940s film noir, has somehow ended up attracting the most views so far, which is not something I personally would have predicted. But it shows me that there's an appetite for considered examinations of films like this. And the thing I've enjoyed the most is trusting my own instincts and taste about what to discuss and allowing the format to prove itself. And this has also given me license, in a sense, to experiment with different strands. So from curated seasons based around genre, I went from 8 or 9 minute videos into 3-minute quick cut essays, and then 5-minute interval videos which were about films that blend genres. And then I went into Flipside, which looks at cult films. And the strands are still expanding. I think I understand much better now what I actually want Take 55 to be than when I first started it. However, more recently things have slowed down quite a bit. 2026 has proven to be something of a challenging year for me, and life has gotten in the way, so I simply haven't had the same amount of time to write, film and edit lately. So if you've been following the channel, you've probably noticed that already. But Take 55 isn't going anywhere. The Screwball season isn't finished yet. There's 4 more films to come, which will bring it to 9 in total, as I felt that somehow 10 felt too sensible. And if anything, I'd like the second year to be more expansive. I'm looking to explore a slightly longer form of essay called Extra, which will be around 1/4 of an hour long. The 1940s adaptations of James M. Cain novels and the so-called lost years of Marlon Brando are 2 subjects that immediately spring to mind. And my newest strand will be Aftertaste, which looks at films from any period that linger in the mind long after the last frame has faded. And there are a number of films I'd like to get to, and quite a few ideas I've been carrying around for some time. So this is just a reminder to myself, if you will, that there is so much more to explore. I grew up in Canada in the 1980s as a young film enthusiast, watching multiple films a day, and afterwards I had to go to the local library to research them. I had it in the back of my mind for some time to start a channel, and so when I finally did, exploring my passion for cinema seemed the most obvious place to begin. And it's been lovely to have contact with other classic film lovers who have occasionally told me that something I made caused them to look at a film differently, or it piqued their interest in a film that's totally new to them, which has been Take 55's mission all along. YouTube will soon be moving the goalposts in terms of requirements for monetization though, and I have to admit that's been a little bit dispiriting. But I view Take 55 as my gallery and the films I choose to discuss as the exhibits. And more than anything else, that's why I intend to keep doing it. So thanks very much if you've watched any of these videos over the past year, whether you've been here from the beginning or just discovered Take 55 5 minutes ago. Year 2 starts here. Be seeing you in the next one.